So I'm getting these BS answers, and I went to a guy named Donnie, and he was one of my guys who owed me.
Mm-hmm.
And I took him into my office and I said, "Okay, Donnie, you guys are BSing me. I know you are. What's really going on?" And he said, "Clark, we know how much money you guys are going to make on this deal. And you're
Mm,
asking us to go out and make you guys a whole lot of money on our weekends and our holidays. And you're asking us to leave the Thanksgiving dinner
mm,
table to make you guys a whole bunch of money."
mm.
And immediately the answer was they just want their fair share.
Yep.
So if the rate that we're being paid is going up, then they basically want. So I went back to my COO and I said, "Okay, Ken, if I could get you 80% of this work, but you had to give up 20% of it, would you do that deal?" Yeah, in
Yeah.
a heartbeat, in a
Yep.
heartbeat.
Yep.
And so I said, "Give me a day or two. I'm going to bring you something." And all we did was we just structured up their increase in pay based on what we were being paid. Okay.
Nice.
So what ended up happening, their pay just went through the roof. Okay.
Mm.
We ended up picking up literally the last number I heard was that we had picked up about $100 million of work on
Wow.
now this was like 5 years after we started it because it took us some time to really get hold of it all.
Yeah.
But he ended up we got $100 million of revenue, and this was highly profitable work. Okay.
Right.
So and I need to tell you the rest of the story so you can get kind of the HR side of this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that is the guys are really happy. I mean, these guys were salt of the earth. They
Yeah.
want they wanted to live in a home that did not have wheels on the bottom of it. They
Yeah.
wanted to be in a house. They wanted their wife to be driving a nice car, not a Mercedes, but a nice
Yeah.
car. They
Safe.
wanted
Yeah.
their kids to be able to play baseball, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
And so it meant a lot to them. And with all of that increase, they literally had nowhere to go because they were
Right.
taking. But we were also making even more money.
Yeah.
So, and I'm sorry, we missed a major part right at the very beginning.
Oh
Okay,
yeah.
and so we need to. Now I'm trying to figure out how to.
Well,
Let me go ahead and tell you. Let me go ahead and tell you the rest of the story. Then I need to come
sure.
back to
That's the
some
beauty of this because it's going to be, translated into a Word doc and then the writer can,
move it around.
move it all
Move it
around.
around.
Yeah. So
Right.
carry on.
So I'm in North Carolina
Hmm.
having a tech meeting and all that, and then we got them out so that they could go to work. I'm talking to the ops supervisor, salesman, and the branch manager, and we're just sitting there talking about our stuff.
Yeah.
And this lady walks in, and it had to have been one of my tech's wives. Now I didn't know her. Everybody else
Right.
in the room knew her, and she took one look around the room and knew that she was after me.
Okay.
And so I said, "Come on in here. You're the most important person in this room right now." And she said, "Are you Clark Ingram, the HR guy?" And I said, "Yeah." And she said, "Can I talk to you for a minute?" So I was like, "Oh crap, you're gonna talk about health insurance or something like that."
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I could tell she didn't want to talk in front of the other people. So
Mm,
we just
yeah.
went outside, and I said, "Is there a problem? What's going on?" And she said, "No, I just wanted to say something to you." And I said, "Okay." And she said, "You're the guy who came up with that," and they called it the extra work. And
Oh,
she said
right.
they called it, and she said, you're the guy who came up with that compensation plan for the extra work." And I said, "Yeah, is there a problem?" And she said, "Oh no, not at all." She said, I just want to ask you a question. Do you have any idea what that meant to my family?"
Oh, wow.
And I
Nice.
said, "I do now."
Yeah.
Okay. I
That's
do
really
now.
nice.
And yeah. And I mean, their income just went to a whole another level.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so it was really awesome. And we just took over that whole area.
And that
Okay. So
perfectly exemplifies or paints the picture of the name of your company, right? People Profits is what we've been
right.
talking about this whole time. It's
and
people's
that's
profits.
right. And